continue, don't stop, just searching for my baby Elijah.
The family of missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu pleading for his safe return over a week after his disappearance in the Two Rivers area, and the reward for information to help find him now up to $15,000.
And today the family's putting together a public search party from 9 to 5. They're meeting at the Mikado Theater in Manitowoc. And let's go live now to Kristen Allen outside Two Rivers City Hall this morning. Tell us what's next as the search continues, Kristen.
Well, the police chief here at Two Rivers Police Department says that he is not giving up hope. His department intends to bring 3-year-old Elijah Vu home safely, and he's telling people, encouraging the community to continue searching, to continue looking on their property and their land, to continue looking for any signs of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. Here is a photo of Elijah. Police issued that Amber Alert for him last Tuesday after his caregiver, Jesse Vang, and his mother's boyfriend reported him missing. Police defending that decision during a press conference yesterday evening, saying while they weren't necessarily looking for a suspect or a vehicle, Elijah went missing on a cold winter day and was not dressed properly for the weather, so they considered him to be endangered. Police have utilized every boat, UTV, drone, canine unit, and helicopter at their disposal to search waterways, wooded areas, and a landfill. Investigators say they are continuing to follow up on hundreds of tips.
Ultimately, our goal is, again, we want to bring Elijah home. So it doesn't matter how small that lead or tip may be, please bring that to us. Contact our tip line, because we will get people out there to follow up on any lead whatsoever.
And you can call the Two Rivers tip line at 1-844-267-6648. The FBI is now offering a $15,000 reward for any information that leads to bringing Elijah home safely. Local Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward. Reporting live in Two Rivers, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.